You are listening to the Outlaw Podcast with me, your host, Andrea Hall. I am a certified equine gestalt coach, speaker, 3-time author, and lawyer. I help women lawyers who are miserable in their career, struggling with mental and emotional health issues, wanting to have fun in their lives, and struggling to be selfish. After fulfilling my dream of being a criminal defense attorney and opening my own law practice right out of law school, I thought I had it all. While at the height of my career, my 18-month-old puppy died, and I thought, what am I killing myself for? Sometime later, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and my world turned upside down. It was in that moment I realized something had to change. This podcast is about sharing my journey with you about what is possible in your life outside the legal profession, stopping the adulting, and being able to play as a child, inspiring you to dream again. Let the journey begin. Good evening, Facebook, and welcome back to another episode of Outlaw. What works in the courtroom is not working in my marriage. Ever since I was young, I was somebody that liked to debate and argue my point, and as I got older, it only got worse. I then got a degree, and people paid me to zealously argue for them or to make a point. And as a litigator, I've been taught to be adversarial, look for a point to make, and argue my point to the death. Intimacy takes courage. It takes the ability of getting soft and vulnerable, and that can actually be very scary. Asking for what I want and need is not always easy, and that is definitely a muscle that I am working on. In fact, it's much easier to look at my husband as my opponent, and guess what? That's not working. I got married late in life, and unfortunately, I had lots of time under my belt of making my own decisions and doing what I wanted with money. And of course, all my decisions were unanimous. They were never objected to, and I was never overruled. The problem is this behavior is unfortunately not conducive in a happy marriage. Does this sound all too familiar as a lawyer who's in a significant relationship? This bringing the courtroom home and attempting to debate with your significant other and having an argument where you're attempting to prove your point. So my philosophy is you're either working on your marriage or you're working your way towards divorce. Either way, you're working your way towards something. And no matter what, I'm the common denominator in that relationship with my husband. And if this problem is not fixed, it will ultimately be just taken into the next relationship. And the person that you are with will only be taller, skinnier, shorter, fatter, however you bring you to the party. And in the scheme of things, I've only been married for a short amount of time. As a matter of fact, we celebrated our 2-year anniversary yesterday. So for the most part, I should still be high-fiving strangers. Yet what I have found and discovered is that because of my training, education, and background, marriage is a lot of work to deprogram all of that high-priced education and training I previously received. And since I love this guy, I can either work on this marriage or I can work on a second marriage. However, the choice is mine. So, the courtroom behaviors I have had to reframe are that he is my husband and teammate and not my opponent that I need to take down and literally cut his jugular. That I and we are looking to find some sort of a common ground, and that I'm not arguing to make a point and to ultimately be right. And that I'm not going to lose a battle if this doesn't come out, and that my client is not going to lose kids or that they're going to go to prison for the rest of their life. That this is actually a marriage and we're on the same team. And in order for my marriage to be successful, my current default button of going into litigator mode has to literally be reset. And in order for me to reset that, I have to be willing to look at myself. I have to be willing to look at my behavior and see what is working and what is clearly not working. I would love to hear how your litigator skills have been laid to rest in your marriage and how you are better able to communicate with your spouse and be vulnerable and ask for some of the things that you need and want in your relationship. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Outlaw, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks for tuning into another episode of Outlaw. There is life after litigation. If anything I said in this episode resonates with you, call for a free exploratory session to see how I can help you. My horses will give you instantaneous feedback. Unlike traditional talk therapy, you will shift your awareness into real time with the help of a horse. The horses are like lie detectors, flushing out limiting beliefs with a swish of their tail, a shift of their 1,200-pound body, or a simple unwillingness to move. Horses have a way of seeing into the window of our souls. Horses have been connected to humanity since the dawn of time. Their hearts can heal and mend our broken hearts. Simply standing in their presence can change our lives forever, putting the puzzle pieces back together and returning us to wholeness. Horses are restoring the parts of us that have been missing. You can call us at 970-682-4405 to set up your appointment today. Want to be inspired daily? See about our latest events or purchase a copy of my books? Go to our website at www.witherswhisper.com. That's www.witherswhisper.com. Or you can follow us on any social media venue at Withers Whisper. Until the next episode, listen to the whispers.